Yeah, they say who that? That's that little fine little pony. I'm your Yvette and you my little fine little Jody. Oh, you need that.
What is up, J Gang? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Chanese Jaa, and I am back with another video. As you can tell by that title, I am going to be showing you guys my version of Blove'S famous sauce, her seafood sauce. And right now, I'm just showing you the ingredients you're going to need. The recipe did call for ginger, but I don't like ginger, so I don't put ginger in there. But everything else that you are looking at right now is what you will need. And I only use 2 sticks of butter instead of 4 because only 2 people are going to be using this sauce. So let's get into the video. In a medium-sized saucepan or whatever kind of size saucepan you're going to need for depending on how much sauce you're going to make, you're going to melt your sticks of butter in there right now. And I just sped the video up a little bit because it was taking a while. So we're just going to wait for this. Gonna give that a quick stir. All right, everything's looking pretty melty at this point. I love butter, so everything's pretty good. All right, so you're gonna be using 1 tablespoon of almost every ingredient, but measure to your liking. So first I'm gonna put in some black pepper, 1 tablespoon. And that was a lot of black pepper. I was like, whoa. Then you'll put in some cayenne pepper, another tablespoon. I think that's what gave it the kick, honestly. You can't really see it, but 1 tablespoon. If I bring the measuring cup down a little bit, there you go, girl. Yeah. So next you're gonna add some accent salt, my favorite. I feel like accent makes everything better. People say it's a black person thing, but it just makes everything better in my opinion. I put it in eggs and everything. Another tablespoon of that, gonna give that a stir to mix everything up. I was getting kind of nervous, you guys, because it wasn't doing what I thought it was supposed to do. Onion powder, I love onion powder and garlic powder actually. So once again, measure to your liking. But the recipe calls for 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon. Again, depending on how much sauce you're going to make. We got some paprika. You really can't see it, but that's paprika. I think it called for paprika. I'm not sure, but I put a tablespoon in there anyway because I love paprika too. So I went ahead and put that in there. Give it a nice little stir again. It's starting to get that color that I wanted. Well, that Blove'S had. Oregano. Put you a tablespoon of oregano in there. I don't really know what that did to the sauce, honestly. But she said use it, so I bought it from the Dollar Tree and put it in there. 1 tablespoon of oregano. Crushed red peppers. Oh my goodness, y'all. This is one of the sources from where the heat, look at, oh my God. That's where it came from. Yep. Yeah, this sauce ended up being very hot, you guys. It was very hot. So 1 tablespoon of that. Lemon pepper. We love lemon pepper in this house. So it's almost gone. Well, it's gone now actually after the seafood boil. So yeah, but 1 tablespoon of lemon pepper. Again, for the 3rd time, I'm going to say this throughout the entire video. Measure to your liking. Measure to your liking. Garlic powder. I love garlic powder. I don't think let me see. Mandatory 1 tablespoon. But it was obviously more than a tablespoon because some was wasting out of the spoon or out of the measuring thing. So yeah. Creole seasoning. Now the recipe called for Cajun seasoning, but I didn't have any Cajun seasoning, so I used my Creole seasoning, which I think did the same job as the Cajun seasoning would have done. So I added 2 tablespoons. Okay, I added 2 tablespoons of that. Give that a nice little stir once again. Make sure everything is cooking together. Mince the garlic. Now I love garlic, and I actually used half of the jar. Yeah, I used half of the jar for this, but measure to your liking. Once again, I love garlic, so I put a lot in there. Give that a nice little stir once again. It was starting to get that Blove'S look a little bit. It didn't really have a smell yet, but it was looking that way. Now we're gonna add some Worcestershire. Y'all read it, but yeah. I think I added more than 1 tablespoon actually. I think I added like 2 or 3. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, so that's 2 right here. Okay, so just 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. That actually gave the sauce a nice taste. I actually could taste that when I was eating the sauce with my seafood. And if you guys actually want to see the seafood boil, how our food turned out, click the link down in the description below to watch it, and make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe while you're watching this video. Now, I didn't show the hot sauce in the beginning clip when I had all the ingredients because I actually forgot. But I think the hot sauce is what I add 3 tablespoons of. So I'm using Crystal hot sauce. That's just the hot sauce we had in the cabinet. So you can use any type of hot sauce you want to use. So this is 1 tablespoon right here. Once again, the recipe called for 1 tablespoon of every spice and ingredient, but measure to your liking. I wanted it spicy, and that's what I got, and I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, so I added 3 tablespoons of hot sauce. Big mistake, big mistake. Give that a nice stir. All right, starting to get a boil going here. It's getting a nice little smell. Brown sugar. I added quite a bit of brown sugar because I wanted a sweet taste. So yeah, once again, to measure to your liking, but I added a lot of brown sugar because I wanted it sweet and spicy. Because that's how I like my food, you feel me? Sweet and spicy. Stir that sugar on up in there with those spices. Yep, smelling pretty good. Old Bay. Now the recipe doesn't call for Old Bay, but since I love seafood and I was eating seafood, I felt like the sauce I should dip it in, I'm dipping it in, should taste like seafood too. So I added a few drops of Old Bay seasoning in my sauce. I don't know what that was. I want to say it was lemon pepper, but I don't know. But I actually ended up tasting the sauce, and it didn't have a taste like that to me. So I added lemon pepper, garlic powder, and more onion powder, I believe, and more Old Bay. Yeah. Whoa. That's not good. This is why you should measure, you guys, because that's reason right there. Alrighty. And this was actually optional. If you look at Blove'S video down in her description box, she put optional. You could use honey. So I put some honey syrup in there because the brown sugar wasn't sweet enough for me. So I added some honey in there. But once again, that's optional. And now I'm just going to pour it into the bowl that I was going to be dipping my seafood in. And it didn't really look like Blove'S looked. So I was kind of worried at this point. But by this time, it had a nice little taste to it. But it didn't look how Blove'S looked, so I was a little worried. So I actually ended up getting some more butter, melting some more butter, and I put more minced garlic in that butter. And that's actually what I just poured into the bowl and what I'm mixing in that now. So it's a whole nother stick of butter and minced garlic in that. Give that a nice stir. Alright, and that is the finishing product, you guys. If you want to see my reaction to how the sauce tastes with the seafood, like I said earlier in the video, click the link down in the description below to watch my seafood boil. And if it's not up right now, it'll be up in like a couple hours because I still have to edit it after I edit this and upload this. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you, Blove'S. It was something. Until next time, JK. Mwah.
Yeah, they say who that? That's that little fine little pony. I'm your Yvette and you my little fine little Jody. Oh, you